So this is what you're going to get when you order the Valkyrie sharpening wheel kit. You're going to get grit wheel with wax. The wax goes on the grit wheel. And a paper wheel with the rouge. What you're going to need is a 6-inch bench grinder. This is a cheapie from Home Depot, Ryobi. I've stripped all the safety features off of it, and what you want to save are the washers and the nuts. We'll be using these shortly. We're going to mount them on there, and I'll show you how to sharpen the Valkyrie broadheads. Okay, here they are installed. Now one of the things you want to notice is when we put the washers on, we flip them around so that the cup part is towards the inside. That'll give us thread bearing on the nuts. And the one of the nuts on these bench grinders is always opposite. So if you have trouble screwing it on, it's the reverse threads. Okay, then the next thing you're going to want to do is flip the grinder backwards because you want the wheels going away from you. Okay, so the wheels will be rotating away from you. Okay, so once we get the wheels installed, we turn it on, we got to dress the wheels. The paper wheel, we use the white rouge. Just stick that on there like that. The grit wheel, we use the wax. You don't want to put a whole lot on here. Just if you start caking it on, sometimes it'll get a little rough. I use a straight edge to heat it. Make a nice smooth surface for your broadhead. Okay, so after we get the wheels dressed, they're all tuned up, ready to go. The wheels are rotating away from us. We take our broadhead on a shaft, crack it loose. Then we're going to hold it at a 90-degree angle to the top of the grit wheel. Rotate. Just like that. You can spend a little more time in the valley of the blades there because it seems to just take a little more and a little less on the fin part. More time is spent in here and on the tip. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to all of them. You don't want to go too far and get the back of the blades hooked on the wheel. It'll tear up your wheel and ruin it. Okay, then once you get it sharpened up with the grit wheel, you'll start seeing a nice shiny edge develop. You can check it. I always see if it's biting on my nail. Then you go to the paper wheel. Same thing, 2 blades at once. Run it away from you. Work it all the way to the tip. Gonna keep it in the middle. You don't want to run off the edge. And this paper wheel is the key. The more once you have your edge with the grit wheel, the longer you do the paper wheel, the nastier and nastier it gets. And that's how you do it. Okay, then so after you get it nice and sharp, hair shaving, you could, I put it back to tight. Then I'll use, this is just a piece of leather, but then you can use this. This is all rouge from the wheels. Obviously I've done quite a few broadheads. You just go and strop it off. It'll take all the rouge that's left on there. But ideally, when you do enough paper wheel, this blade will be so smooth, if there's any rouge at all, it'll just wipe off. And then anyway, this will be the leather stropping portion of it. And that's what gets you the nasty edge. Then all you do now is just add jag wax and you're ready to go.